Hello, this is Martin Gresco, the Piano Pro, and we are now looking at part 3 of the Joe Cocker song, Feelin' All Right. And so what I thought I would do, rather than to break this down into 3 or 4 or 5 more videos, I'm going to compact these patterns in today's lesson and show them to you with the printed music at the top. And I understand that many of you may not read music, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw some lines through the music so that you can see where beats 1, 2, 3, and 4 are at. And if you can see visually where the beats are at, I think that will help you as you're practicing the particular patterns. And again, they're all very, very similar, and you don't have to get them exactly perfect, as I've mentioned in the previous videos. All right, so we're looking at measure 7 and measure 8. This would be the second line of the chorus, I guess, or the second phrase. And so the first pattern starts as it has every time thus far, with a C, pinky, a thumb on the G, thumb on B flat, and then you're going to make that C9 chord, which we spell B flat, D, E, G. Remember that's 1 E and 2. Now this pattern, the second half of it, comes after the downbeat of 3. So you have 1 E and 2, 3. That G hits, but it hits on, it's a 16th note right after the downbeat of beat 3. So let me play that complete pattern on the C9 chord. 2, 3, 4. So I had and 3. And 3. All right, I'll do it again. 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to anticipate the F this time by playing it slightly before beat 1. So we have 2, 3, 4. So the first part of that lick is the same as we've always had, except that we did anticipate the F right before beat 1. All right, I'll play that again. 2, 3, 4. Now this next lick is going to be, this is kind of tricky, so you'll have to just watch and listen. So we have 1, 2. So the C, there's a quick F, which comes right before beat 3. On beat 3, you've got a C. And it's 3 E and split between the two hands. 3 E and 3 E and And then on 4 you have 4. I'll do that again. One more time. So let me play that whole pattern, and if you're looking at the music at the top of the screen, you will see the lines, the vertical lines, which hopefully will help you see where the downbeats are falling. And again, the key to playing the funk is the interplay of the two hands, and you're playing like the 3 E and is not a hard rhythm, except when you're breaking it up between two hands. If you're doing it all in one hand, it would probably be much more simple to play. All right, here we go. Measure 7 and 8. 2, 3, 4. Let me do it one more time, a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. 3 and All right, let's go on and look at the next pattern. And the next pattern starts with what we've had every time. This time, however, instead of waiting for beat 3 to play the back half of the pattern, you're going to start on beat 3 with the C and the G. And you're going to break up the B flat with the chord. All right, let me play that in tempo for you, and I'll try to count slower and try not to rush through this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do that again. 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 2, 3. The next pattern that I'm going to teach you, and this is going to happen twice in a row, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, the F and the C. Only this time when you play, you're going to ghost the C like this. I'm sorry, the A. So you're not hitting it quite as hard, but you're hitting it. And then you're going to have a quick C in the left hand, and then this lick with the parallel sixths. A and F, G and E flat, F and D, then you're going to have E and C, then you're going to flat that E. Now that will be resolved in the very next measure because you'll come back and hit the E and the C. Let me play measures 9 and 10 for you. 2, 3, 4. And when you get to measure 10, you've got this happening at first, and as soon as you hit this, you're going to come back with the C and the G again, the B flat, and the chord. So your hand should be used to this thing happening now. So other than that, this measure is essentially the same as measure 9, and then measure 12 is going to be essentially the same as measure 11, except when you play, you don't ghost the A. Now I'm going to play measures 9 through 12 all together. 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and look at measure 13 and 14. And again, we came from measure 12 where we had, and then this just resolves. We do it again. And this time we go ahead and play the D sharp or the E flat, and then up. The previous two times it was, this time it is. Hear the difference? Previously, but this time it is. So let's play measures 13 and 14. And now we're at measure 15 and 16, and we're about ready to go into the chorus. So let's just go ahead and finish this out. This one is a bigger variation than before. In the left hand, you're going to have, and you're going to hit a G. Followed by a G, C, G, and then the pattern we've played in the previous 3 times we've been in C9. That happens again. But the measure itself sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. One more time. 2, 3, 4. And the very last measure before going to the verse is, and we have the same thing that we did before. Okay, so those are all of the patterns for the verse. I encourage you to download the transcript. It will be available following the very next video because I am writing it out as we go along. And again, just practice the different patterns. And once you're playing this live and in real time, you may even come up with some variations on your own. And you know what? That's a good thing. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for video 4 coming up soon.